Hello, beautiful InvoiceShelf community. Right, so I am going to record another video because there is an issue that I've noticed with a couple of people that have been experiencing with text encoding in the invoices. Now, because invoices are generated separately from the application, they're using completely different template, and so the hope is that we will update the fonts to something that has some sort of a fallback so that you don't get these sort of like um boxes instead of the actual characters, which is essentially an issue with the font encoding or the font not supporting those characters. So the fix is fairly simple, but I do want to record the video anyway so that you all can follow the steps and sort of fix the issue for yourself. So the way we're going to fix it is by creating a separate invoice template and adding another font from Google Fonts that would be supported for your language. In this case, the issue I'm showing at the moment on GitHub is the one with Indian language. So this is the one we're going to be using for this showcase. So first thing first is you will need either on Docker or on your LAMP server, you will need to open up a terminal and run the command php artisan make column template followed by the name of the template that you're going to be creating. Since this is a Hindi template, I'm going to be using Hindi as the name. So if I go to the server where we have this issue, InvoiceShelf connect, and here's the server not cooperating with me. Give me a second, refresh. Sometimes takes a little while for it to load up. Alright, let me pause the video up until the terminal appears. Alright, and we're back. It didn't take long. Right, okay, so first I'm going to enable bash because that one is easier to use. Let's see, we're currently in the root directory of the application. This is Docker. If you are using something like LAMP server where you're essentially hosting it yourself, you will have to first navigate to the directory using SSH where your application is hosted. Then, as I mentioned before, you will need to run php artisan command, so php artisan, followed by make column template, and then followed by the name of the template, which in this case is Hindi. So we're going to hit enter now. It's going to ask us what template we want to create. Do we want to create an invoice template or do we want to create an estimate template? So we're going to type in 0. That's for invoice. Hit enter. If you want to create one for estimate as well, you're completely free to do it. The steps going to be exactly the same as for the invoice. So I'm not going to create a separate one for estimate. You can pretty much guesstimate what to do there. Now, as you can see, it printed out where it actually stored it. In this case, it stored it inside storage, app, template, PDF, invoice, Hindi, blade.pdf. So this is where we're going to head right now. So on Docker, you don't have ability to use Nano. That said, because we're inside root, we can technically install Nano. So, well, if we try Nano now, we just get oh it works. That's right. Yeah, that's because I've well before running this tutorial I actually installed it. But let me just show you what you would need to do. So what you would need to run is apt update. That's going to update all of the repository all of the repositories, followed by apt install oops, nano. So apt install nano. And once you run this command, in my case, because it's already installed, it's just going to say that nothing changed, but in your case, it will install nano, which will then allow us to run the next command. So we're going to type in nano, followed by the, well, ideally speaking, you don't have to use nano, but it's just easier. So nano followed by the path to the file we're going to be editing, which is hindiblade.php. So storage app, app templates, PDF, invoice, and then hindi blade.php. This terminal is a little weird, but yeah, there you go. So currently, as you can see, we're using Deja Vu Sans. So what we're going to do is we're going to go on fonts.google.com. So fonts.google.com, this is what you will see. What you want to do is you want to select the language that you speak. So in this case, the issue is with Hindi. So we're going to choose Hindi. There's different types as well, so you can always just choose whichever is representative of your language. So as you can see, we have quite a few options. You can choose whichever you like the most. Poppins is fairly common to be used, so I'm going to choose that one. So, pardon me. Poppins is the font face we'll use. So what you want to do is you want to click on Get Font. We don't need to do any downloads. All you have to simply do is click on Get Embedded Code, and then from here, you can see Poppins is the only option. You will click on Import as opposed to Link. It's just easier that way. And you're going to copy everything in between style tags, I guess you're going to call them. If you know HTML, you would know what those are. So you copy everything in between the style tags, and then what you're going to do, I'll come back here, inside this template, within the style tag, you're going to make a new line, and you're going to insert what you've just copied. Okay, so that's just going to import the font face into the style sheet. We haven't yet started using it. So what we need to do next is we need to go here, pop in CSS classes. You don't need to copy all of those. All you need to copy is this property over here, where it says font family Poppins with a fallback of sans serif. So we're going to copy that, go back here, and we're going to replace what's inside the body with this. Now, I'm not going to save it just yet because I want you to see what's going to happen if we don't have the font changed just yet. So if we go inside the InvoiceShelf instance, under invoices, I have an invoice already over here. So as you can see, okay, well, it's using a template that doesn't exist, or oh, that looks interesting. Uh, failed to open directory, permission denied. Huh. Oh, you know what? That's probably because I'm editing editing it right now. Let me save it after all. Exit. It is weird though. It is weird. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, odd. Okay, well, we can always just do the permission fix. Right, let's see. Installation. I'm so tired of this thing. I'm going to find out why it's doing it eventually. Let's see. Developers, installation, manual installation. Right, so I think this is what we're having issue with. So I'm going to fix the storage. Hopefully that will do the trick. Yes, that did the trick. Okay, fantastic. So if we now go, as you can see, there is already some text in the item 1 that I've pre-filled. That's actually Hindi encoded characters. So if we go inside the edit and we edit the invoice, you can see that in the UI, in the actual InvoiceShelf UI, it shows up the text just fine. But because we're currently using invoice template 1, which is the default template, it doesn't really work all that well. So what we're going to do is we're going to select our Hindi invoice template over here. Then we're going to click choose, save the invoice, and voila, there you go. So that's how you fix the encoding issue inside the invoices. So I do apologize. The problem with invoice encoding is the fact that it's technically a completely separate template. It has nothing to do with the UI at all. Um, and as you can see, if we go over here, the template is basically just an HTML template with some pre-filled stuff using the PHP Blade templating system from Laravel. So yeah, there you go. So you can see you can essentially create your own template if you really want to, and you can edit it as well. But unfortunately, the way the default template is made, it doesn't support all of the characters, and I'm not entirely sure why um that font was chosen, but here we are. Anyway, that's how you fix the issue with the text encoding. I'm going to upload it to to the YouTube at some point. But I hope you have a great day and happy invoicing. Take care.